At 12 p.m. and features some of the best new businesses in Donegal. With free admission and loads of giveaways, why not come along and support your local businesses today?
14 minutes to midday. It's a Saturday morning rewind live from the Clanree Hotel from DLDC's business showcase taking place right here. Doors are opening at 12 midday. We have to say hello to Kay. Kay's hard at work inside in the Clanree Hotel this morning. Hello to you, Kay, from Philomena this morning. And Sean and Joe Douglas in Castlederg. Good morning to you both as well. All right. Time to talk movies. And I'm delighted to say I'm joined face to face for the first time by Collie McFadden. Good morning.
Good morning. It's first time for everything. It's first time meeting together.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've been to Clanree, not the last time, I'd imagine. And before this, I knew epoxy could be good. I didn't know it could be epic. So I've learned so much today.
There you go.
And I haven't even gone in and seen the exhibitions yet, so I'm really looking forward to that
So
as
we
well.
know where you're going right after
Well, straight for a portrait, obviously. Put your head down.
I knew it.
Yeah.
We don't have any of your fancy backgrounds that
No,
you
well,
normally
that's
have.
why, next time I can send you them so you can look at me. Now that you've met me, you can send them. Because the Zoom, I don't think it does me justice. Although I've no filters on today, so you see the real Collie.
Tell us, how did National Cinema Day go last weekend?
Well, National Cinema Day was a great success. But, I would say that anyway. But really, for a couple of different reasons. There was definitely a sense that there were people who don't normally go to the cinema that came. But also, even those that do come were much more adventurous than they usually are. People who kind of go, I'll only go and see something if I'm sure I like it. Went, do you know what? It's €4. Let's chance our arm. There was a couple of girls, they were about 10 years old. I was talking to them and said, what are you going to see? And they said, E.T. And I went, oh, have you seen it on telly and stuff? And she goes, no, actually, we don't really know what it is. My mum said I should see it. And I was going, oh, you're going to have the best time. And of course...
Please tell me you spoke to them afterwards.
They thought it was the greatest movie ever made. Because it's not The Princess Bride, but it's up there. And... also, lots of people went, do you know, what the heck? We'll go and see the movie that was all everyone was talking about last week. And to be honest with you, I know we told everyone the reason I wasn't on last week, which is when I was originally scheduled, was because of National Cinema Day and it was so busy. Yeah. It was actually just that I hadn't recovered from Blackbird. Seeing the Michael Flatley movie... it is such an overwhelming sense of... I've never quite seen a movie like that in the cinema. As a matter of fact, even though I'm an owl fella, right, I went back to college and I'm supposed to be doing my last year this year, starting in the 19th of September at ATU. Right. And they emailed me and said I might have to do a second year, such is the damage to my brain that Blackbird has probably done. It is quite... undoubtedly the worst movie I've ever seen in a cinema. However,
that is a big statement for you.
And I've seen a lot of movies.
Yeah, and you always try to find some positive.
Yeah, and there's other movies that are controversial, like Nope, and people go, oh, that's the worst movie. And I go, yeah, you've obviously only seen 3 movies. But no, don't get this confused with, did I have a good time? I had a great time. It's so rubbish. Like the phrase, oh, it's so bad, it's good, people say all the time, but that's not usually true. They're usually just bad.
Yeah.
This is so bad, it's good. All he does is flounce around the place with his hat at a jaunty angle, his shirt unbuttoned, and he stands on balconies all the time. He loves a balcony, and then there's a bit where he has his private balcony. It is ludicrous. And he has
so glad you said balcony. I thought we were going down the route of private parts.
No. Well, there's a load of balconies, if you know what I mean, in that case. But it is ridiculous. And look, nearly all the cinemas in the catchment area, we'd be taught to have a cheap day. Don't spend like proper money. And, I'm not one to advise people on their health and so on. But just, if you do take a drink, I'd imagine that's the way to go and see it. Not totally sober. But...
what about the accent? Does he keep the accent? Oh my God, Michael O'Flatley.
Everyone's accent is bad. Even Patrick Bergin, who's a great actor. As I said, I'm a big Man United fan, right? And there's been a thing lately of Man United have been buying players that were good before they come to Man United and suddenly go rubbish. Michael Flatley is that effect on Patrick Bergin, loads of other good actors. Everyone has forgotten. They just about managed to remember to look at the camera. Eric Roberts is the exception who's going, this is so rubbish, I'm having a great time. He is loving it because he's been in some stinkers in his day and he's going, what? Yeah. This one's going on the record books. It is awful and I loved it.
And do you think this movie is, I know it's awful, right?
Yeah.
I haven't heard a single good report about it. I heard one person, I think it was actually our own Fanula Rabbit, to say that her eyes were actually stuck in the back of her head because she was rolling her eyes that much.
Oh yeah, you did the full circle. But supposedly he won Best Actor at the Venice Award. Now, there's a couple of people trying to find out, was anybody else nominated? Is there such an award? It is so ludicrously bad. There's even a fight scene that you're building up to, and then they just appear around the corner and you just hear and they walk back again. You go, you didn't even show us the fight.
Right.
It is so bad. You really should see. People are going to
make
watch
money. It's going to make money. They're going to go and see this.
People are going to watch this for years and quote along with it because it's that bad. There's a famous movie called The Room that's a very similar thing.
Yeah.
They actually made a movie about how bad this movie is. I could see this in 10 years' time. People will make the movie about the making of Blackbird.
It's going to be cult status in 10 years' time.
Yeah, when I do the obvious joke, close enough in the letters. But it's so rubbish. I loved it. It's great fun. Please go and see
Right,
it.
okay.
For next month, please go and see it.
I will. I promise. That's a promise. Right. See how they run.
See how they run. Totally the opposite thing of a load of good actors being very good together. Crowned off, we're going to have quite an Irish theme if I haven't talked too much about Michael Flatley today. And Saoirse Ronan is just brilliant in this. And what this is, it's about the famous play, The Mouse Trap. I nearly said The Mouse Hunt, which is a different movie. Mouse Trap in London. It's the longest running play. It's a Agatha Christie whodunit. And this is a whodunit featuring the cast of a whodunit. So it's jokes within jokes. And Saoirse Ronan plays this cop who's really eager to please, but not very bright. Very, very funny.
Okay, that's see how they run. And we were talking a little bit off air about a movie that has been filmed in, or was filmed in Donegal. It's In Us All.
It's In Us All now. A real change of pace here. It's a very serious movie with an English actor called Cosmo Landsman that people might actually think is Irish. He's really brilliant in a movie a while back called Calm with Horses with Barry Keoghan, and it's set up in Dunlow. And it's about a young British guy who comes home. I think his mother has just died, and he's left some property where she was originally from. And he comes home and he's involved in a car accident. Very serious, very domineering. I watched the trailer. It's very impressive. I'd ask people to watch on YouTube. It's quite sweary though, but it's real serious drama, and it's great to see such local stuff. You know, we've does Michael Flatley count? Fair enough, but Saoirse Ronan, you know, is there, and then we've these Irish movies. A lot of it's a legacy of Game of Thrones, and sort of the money places like the LDC and things like that have put into supporting film around here, and it's brilliant to see. We had the Northman not so long ago, which was filmed down near where I live, and it's great to see, and hopefully people can support these movies because look, it's brilliant. We've a George Clooney and Julia Roberts movie coming up. It's a romantic comedy. It's going to make millions. They were on the Late Show and all that last night, and people should go and see it because it looks really good fun. But also, it's very important we support these. And can I mention one other Irish movie?
Yeah.
It's called Rosa and Frank. It is literally an Irish movie. It's Os Gaeilge, and it's about a woman who suddenly finds this dog, and she's convinced it is the spirit of her ex-husband. It's a really funny little comedy. I've just watched the trailer. I say I've just watched the trailer. I've watched the trailer about 50 times. Oh, really? Because one of my jobs is to put the trailers into movies, and I put it into all the movies. I think this looks brilliant. I don't know if it can repeat sort of on Colleen Kuhn sort of level of success, which was a huge success here in the Northwest and elsewhere. It's much more jaunty family comedy, but I think people will love this. And I know people are put off by subtitles, you know, if it's Irish or English. This is mostly in Irish, but it's English subtitles, but everyone can understand it. It looks absolutely lovely, and that's out next week as well. So I think it's next week for Russia and Frank, and then it's the following week for It's In Us All, and it probably is not playing in all cinemas.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. You might a full release, a wide release, or limited?
It's getting a limited release, but I know it's definitely playing in a few cinemas here in the Northwest.
Brilliant.
And hopefully, when people realise it's a local movie, that often happens that there's an interest. And if you ring up your cinema, this is something people don't always know. If you ring or email your cinema and say, I'd really like to see this, would you be thinking of getting it? You can change their mind, because often they just go and go, I don't know if people would come and watch this. If people watch Blackbird, they will definitely watch this.
Brilliant. Okay, so lots coming up, lots playing, and lots coming up. When are you back with us?
I'm back in 3 weeks' time, where you will probably only have seen Blackbird 2 or 3 times, and we'll definitely be talking. Probably Avatar has been re-released ahead of a big Christmas sequel, but there's a movie called Mrs. Horace Goes to Paris, and a lot of people probably think, is that the nightclub in Bundoran? But it most certainly is not. It'd be a very different movie if that was the case. We think that's going to be quite a big one. That's out on the 30th September, and I think we're back on the days of September. Yeah, the 1st of October.
1st of October. We will look forward to that. Collie McFadden, as always, thanks so much for joining us, and we'll talk to you 1st of October.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
All right, that's Collie McFadden there talking us through all of the upcoming and current cinema releases. And as he said, we'll be back probably via Zoom next 1st of October, which is in 3 short weeks' time. All right, we're going to go for a commercial break. We'll be right back after this, and we'll be announcing the winner of that competition for that €100 voucher to be spent as you please with any of the exhibitors exhibiting here today at the DLDC's business showcase taking place right here in the Clanree Hotel. We are asking you, where are we broadcasting from today? Where are we broadcasting from today? Text your answer and name to 086 60 25 000. You have about 40 seconds to get your answer into us. And if you can do that, you might just be getting your hands on that voucher to spend with any of the exhibitors here.